Hey everyone, this is Casey with CReeves Makes. I was recently commissioned to build a baby gate to match a pre-existing railing in a home. I could not find spindles to match the existing ones, so I needed to make them. With that, I knew that I would need to cut the tenons for each end of the square profile spindles. That means that I get to make a new jig. I start by taking an old plywood shelf from a corner cabinet and cut it down to 14 inches by 12 inches. I then lay out the dado blade to cut the pieces to fit around the table saw fence. Basically, the dado groove height is the distance from my table saw top to the top of my table saw fence. Then, on the back leg piece of the jig, I repeat the same cut. I do a quick test fit to make sure that everything goes together well. There was already a 45-degree angle cut on the corner of this shelf, so I chose to make this a handle area for pushing the jig. I used my woodpecker's pocket T-square to do a quick layout for the handle location. If you value laying out your projects quickly and effectively, don't skip on layout tools. After I had everything marked up, it was over to the drill press to cut some 1-inch holes that would make up the outer segment of the handle area. Once the holes were cut, I used my jigsaw to complete the slot for the handle. The last step of the handle was an 1/8 inch roundover on both edges of the handle area. Now that the main panel was cut and the handle was complete, I could start laying out where I wanted everything to be as far as the fixtures and clamping. I quickly decided to use a piece of Rockler T-track to act as the main locking area for the fence of the jig. This way I can use T-bolts and knobs to secure various fence pieces in place. The nice thing about the aluminum T-track is that you can cut it with a miter saw without having to change your blade. To cut the groove for the T-track, I opted for a 3/4 inch dado bit in my router table. This method makes a huge mess, but it goes quickly and accurately. After test fitting the track, I needed to cut away the square corners where the T-track would nest into place near the handle. Once the track was figured out, it was time to cut dovetails for my micro jig match fit clamps. I decided to try this method of clamping the workpiece into place as it offers a wide range of location and material thicknesses without having to add extra parts or features to the jig itself. After all the match fit grooves were cut, it was onto the roundovers and final sanding on all exposed edges. This just keeps the jig smooth and comfortable to work with. I made a quick fence from some leftover plywood, and then I used CA glue to lock the T-track into place. You can also use 5-minute epoxy to glue the track in, but I have had some good luck with the CA glue on smaller pieces that don't see a lot of clamping force. Next was the glue up. I simply used Titebond 3 to hold this all together. I figured with 3/8 dados, the glue joint would be strong enough to keep this jig together for years to come. After drilling the holes for the T-bolts on the fence, I added the hardware and then slid it into place. I checked it for squareness using a small speed square. I then threw a small piece of scrap into place and tested the clamping. Now all that was left was to make 56 cuts into 7 spindles. The jig worked great with a little paste wax, and I love the handle feature. I think I will be incorporating that handle into a lot of my future jigs. I'm really happy with how easy this jig is to use. Simply loosen the clamp, put your part in, tighten the clamp, make your cut, pull it back and repeat. 56 cuts went by pretty quick using this method. After making all the cheek cuts with the jig, I swapped over to the miter gauge and cut off the cheeks using the table saw. Here's a quick segment from an Instagram story that I did explaining the jig. And another thing I might try as well is making one of these that pivots down here and has the slot in it, so then I could pivot this on an angle depending on what kind of slot or what kind of tenon I want to cut, or even some sort of spline or end feature on a board. So not sure exactly what that looks like, but as I need it I might go and add that feature to that. But really like this jig. Glad that I made it. I've always wanted one that was set up primarily just for vertical tenon work. If you like this video, please click subscribe and stay tuned for more to come. I'm Casey with CReeves Makes, and thanks for watching.